Yo, what up? It's Don.
Sam Lee here.
We are the Soul Brothers, live and direct from Los Angeles, and we got a versus video for you.
Yes, sir.
Nike versus Adidas. Two of their newest shoes. This is the Nike Kyrie 3 versus
the Harden 1.
Volume 1.
I knew he was gonna
Don't get murdered. Don't get murdered in the comments.
No
They'll
one
find
gives
your
a
family.
shit. No one
They'll assassinate your
cares.
family if you make a mistake like that.
But anyways, starting off with traction like always. The Harden 1 is what we call the web of truth, and it's amazing. You really never have to wipe. Maybe every like 15 plays, barely have to wipe. Stopping power is ridiculous. And you can even play this outdoors. The rub is really hard. So I give it a 9 out of 10. It's really, really good.
Yeah, this traction is really good as well. A little bit different. The outsole is shaped a certain way, so you kind of get a nice little rotation in the outsole, which is cool. And then the traction is really, really good. It's pretty stiff. Outdoors, you're okay. You have these 2 pivot points instead of 1. The last SIG had only 1. Now it has 2. Allows you to pivot, and it helps with crossovers and stuff like that. All around traction is really good. I don't know, you've played a lot more in the Hardens than me.
I would say, okay, so dust, they both pick up around the same, which is like very, very, very minimal, unless it's like super freaking dusty, like I've been playing in the past few weeks in our gym. So I had to wipe a little bit, but not like it's like the same amount. Okay. Outdoor use, they're both good. Stopping power, they're both good. The only difference is that it has this outsole curvature, and if you're gonna do a lot of crossovers and cuts, which I do, that feels a little bit nicer. So everything else is the same besides that outsole curvature, and I wish like all the companies would do that. But it's only exclusive to the Kyrie 3s. But I think that's why I like the Kyrie 3s a little bit better. But other than that, just stopping power and everything, it's just exactly the same. So what are we gonna do?
Slight win for the Kyrie 3,
okay.
Right? Okay, now moving on to cushion or lack thereof.
I wonder which one wins.
Yep, this shit is garbage. But you get pure response, but there's no impact protection, and there's a zoom unit in there, but you cannot feel it. And I'm a big boy, not the biggest boy, but one of the bigger boys in town.
Yes. One of the bigger boys.
And I can't really feel it, dog.
Nope. All right, now in the Hardens you have full length boost, and I feel a lot lower to the ground in these than the Kyries. Then boost allows you to go really low to the ground, but also have impact protection and a little bit of bounce too. So in the heel it's hella cage, but there you can feel a slight bounce or like a little bit of compression, especially when you're like really like running hard, not sprinting because you sprint on your forefoot, but when you're running you can kind of feel the boost. In the forefoot you can't really feel it at all. Your response, I would say they're around the same, because the forefoot is you don't really feel any bounce or anything. There's no dead play in the boost at all either. So response is good. You feel lower to the ground in the Hardens. Impact protection is better in the Hardens, and it's a little bouncy in the heel. So Harden for the win.
Harden for the win. Now moving on to the upper. Materials wise, this is nothing spectacular. However, it is a step up from the 2, the Kyrie 2. It's just mesh, kind of cheap looking, but doesn't feel the cheapest. It does its job. There's some overlay for high wear areas, and then you have like this mesh in the back with these little posit spikes, which are pretty sharp actually, on the back portion of the shoe. It's nothing spectacular, but it does the job.
Yes. Now moving on to the Hardens, you have a toe material overlay on all of the shoes, and it's all different. So you can have like a leather, like in this pair, you can have a suede, you can have an elastic material. They're all different. And then on the regular Hardens, you have this felt. It feels like felt, but it looks like a woven. It basically is a woven. It feels nice. It gets really soft. I wonder what wins.
Harden for the win.
Of course, it gets a lot softer. It does need, both of these shoes need break-in times in the materials. The Harden, I did have a little bit of pinching right here in the toe where the overlay starts, and then right here in the ankle area, but that breaks in, of course. So there you go.
All right, cool. Now moving on to fit. This is pretty subjective because everyone has a different foot. But this shoe fit me incredibly well. I do have a slightly narrow foot. So for me personally, I had a decent amount of heel slippage in the Harden. So if you have more of a narrow foot, I think the fit would be better for you in the Kyrie 3 as it was for me.
Yeah, so the Hardens, it's really narrow here in the mid foot area, and then it widens out here in the forefoot area. So if you have a wider foot, it should be okay, but it fits me perfectly. I don't have any problems. It feels actually a lot nicer to me fit wise than the Kyrie 3s. And I have a narrow, I don't even know what the fuck I guess I have a wide foot, but it doesn't look wide at all.
It's because it's so small, dog.
Yeah, so maybe it's like normal.
Yeah, maybe normal-ish.
I
Maybe
thought I
even
had
a touch wide.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But anyways,
a lot of people were complaining about heel slippage in the Harden.
Yeah.
So other people are having that, So just take that into consideration. That's more of a real subjective category. Now moving on to lockdown. Of course, that goes hand in hand with the fit to me because I was getting heel slippage in the Hardens quite a bit. It was almost a deal breaker. But no lockdown problems in the Kyrie 3 for me.
Yeah, so the Hardens, I didn't have any heel slippage, but I can understand why. It doesn't feel like super locked down in the heel. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't slipping, but didn't feel locked down. So the Kyrie 3 wins in lockdown.
Supporting,
I would say around the same.
Around the same, yeah.
Maybe the Kyrie's by a little bit since it's like more of a mid.
Yeah.
But the Hardens are significantly wider, if you guys can see.
Yeah.
It has like a centimeter, I guess.
And the big difference here in the outsoles, which is kind of interesting. So I'm not sure which one is really better as far as stability because this is really more flat, right? The outsole, and this one's really curved. So you can definitely roll around easier in this. I'm not sure if that's makes it easier for you to roll your ankle or not. We didn't have that problem, but I don't know, something interesting. Now moving on to ventilation.
They're both hot, like on the warmer side. So.
Yeah, I'd say about the same. Durability, they both seem pretty durable.
Yes.
Well put together shoes. Call it a tie.
Yeah.
Call it a tie. Now let's weigh these suckers.
So the Harden is a size 7, and that is a size 7.5. So the Harden is 13.5, and the Kyrie is like 12.87.
12.87.
So
the Kyrie's lighter, right?
yes.
Okay.
What feels lighter? To me, it feels the same.
To me, the Kyrie feels lighter. I feel a little bit just not as light in my feet in the Harden, maybe because the materials are a little.
Yeah, some of you guys were saying it felt a little bulky too.
Yeah, it feels a little bulky to me.
I understand because this does not feel bulky at all to me. But anyways.
Yeah, I feel them when they say that. But okay, so weight-wise, just technically this is lighter, but both of them are pretty light guard shoes, So moving on,
aesthetics.
Hardens
for me.
Yeah, I'll go Hardens.
The
Hardens are fire.
Yes.
These, however, don't look too bad either.
Yes, they're sick.
Both good-looking shoes.
I wanna ID a pair.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna ID with this.
They should.
You think?
I think they will.
All right.
They'd be stupid not to.
I will ID a pair, or my ID is a pair.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Wrapping it up, there is a small price discrepancy here. These are the $120.
This is the $140. This is Primate is $160. So
Versus this is a tricky one.
It's like
Sam's done
$20.
$20 difference. Sam's done a lot more time in the Hardens than I have.
I love these shoes. Man.
He loves them. It's his go-to. These are up there for a go-to for me. I personally would choose this one just because the fit and traction just works better for me. The cushion isn't so much more substantial in the Hardens to me that I would go with the Hardens. But so personally, I would go with the 3s.
Okay, so the Kyrie, for me, if the Kyries had a better cushion, I would definitely pick the Kyries. But then the Hardens don't have a shitty ass cushion, you know? And then the traction is basically, they're both really, really good. The cushion is better than this. The materials are better in this. The fit is around the same and stuff like that. So for me, I would pick the Hardens. Yeah, if you don't care about cushion, I guess you can go for the Kyries. But they're pretty damn similar, I guess.
I think the big difference here is fit and or lockdown in the width of your foot. So you might want to try both these on because you might have the same heel slippage problem. If you don't, this shoe's just probably incredible.
Yes.
Sam likes it; it's his go-to. If you do have that problem, you probably won't. This shoe will probably fit you perfectly.
Yes.
Right. So just keep that in consideration. They're both really good shoes. We recommend both of them.
Yes.
So it's kind of a tie.
For me, I like the Hardens a little bit better, and Don likes the Kyrie. So just choose what you like, and should be okay.
Yeah.
And just choose what you like and which category is the one for you and what's important to you. And yeah, so that's the versus video. Hope we helped you guys out. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Later.